as I get into this recording, and you might hear a dog in the background, because dogs! But yeah, we're gonna, as the title says, we're moving on to another character. And we'll hit quick play, hopefully I don't forget. Goizo Exquisite Taste. We won't pick all perks, because we want to pick with character-specific perks, but all perks can be a fun little shake me up. I guess we'll do that next time, or then in the next run, because I'm gonna do 2 runs this video, or that's the point. Goizo Exquisite Taste as we play Aiko, because, funny enough, well, it depends, let me finish the thought after I make sure. Exquisite Taste, Aiko. No random item stats, and then Goizo. So as we get into Goizo Exquisite Taste, character exclusive Aiko. We'll do a random perk run next run, right after this run, as we get Takshisan, second encounter Charisma, second mystery knowledge, and maybe a light check. And boy, I do basically have to, all the bad things, well, both the bad things. I mainly pay attention to Takshisan, and I mainly pay attention to the second encounter check, which yes, I forget it, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't forget about it. That being said, I'm gonna take Aiko's plush toy, and then we'll move on. But yeah, I do try to write down notes from time to time, but it happens very sparingly, less often than I'd like, because I really do have things that I did want to talk about. I think about it, and then when I get to recording, I forget. So as we get into Coma, Ward, Kana, Scissors, and Botanist, yeah, let's go super damage reduction into a plush toy, into funds, because we enable the illegal den. And I should really take the time to stop and think at times, but hey, we also have Ward. We can also get Ryoko. This is going to be a lot of Doom, by the way, but I think it's well worth it. We can also opt to just kick the whole run, but I guess we'll see. So we're going to tree here, and yeah, that's a pretty good trade. Now, I would like the Army Knife. We could also grab the Hermit for essentially 5 Doom if I'm willing to trade off 5 Reason, but I don't believe that's going to happen. So instead, what I'm going to do is... Oh, that's right, we don't have a monument. Never mind. We live with 25%. We live and die by starting with 25% Doom. Though we do have a lot going in our favor here, and I also need to visit the police station. High threat level hospital. I almost said mansion for some reason. And then Seaside, which I forgot some of my things, but while we have Ward, we can take Ward right after this, if nothing else. That way I can remember the rest of my mysteries, but we'll see what happens. Really. So yeah, if I remember something I wanted to talk about, I'll say so, but otherwise, we will continue moving on here. Ryoko Kana plus being Aiko is pretty good. Also, I didn't equip the plush toy, doesn't matter, we're only taking 1 reason anyway, but at some point, we do want to equip the plush toy. It would be in our best interest too, so this is like not likely to happen, but... Okay, this is just a good run. Being Aiko as well also helps out immensely, so... Let me break it down while we're just sitting here. So, Aiko's plush toy lowers damage by 1. Kana, they also lower damage by 1. Ryoko, she increases your damage when you're using a weapon. So, weapon attacks deal an extra point of damage. We have the Army Knife, which already does 5 base damage. Aiko has a speed bonus when she does offensive actions. And yeah, that's 5 things in our favor. That's more than a lot of other characters get. There are small advantages here and there, but most of them require leveling up, which, sure, but this is a good run. This is a good run. If I die in this run, it's due to my own mistakes, unless RNG grants me 16% Doom, and we're not including getting lost or getting branded like cattle. So... with those, that's 24% Doom, because 4% Doom each, or 3%, let's just say 4%. I think some of them have been changed to 3% Doom instead, but... 1, you're not supposed to play at Harbinger, and 2, 4 Doom a couple of times is still supposed to not really kill you. And even though I lose a lot of my runs here and there because of Doom, it's less likely than you think. That being said, we do have Botanist at some point. We also have Coma. Then we have Botanist. So yeah, not really a lot of Seaside Village investigations, which are our max threat level locations. But let's get rid of Ward and Scissors first. That way we have to deal with less damage, because we can still take 2 stamina or 2 all damage from the Scissor Lady, from the Boss of Ward and the Scissor Lady respectively. I wanted to use the word respectively, so I had to reorder them, because for those who don't know, when you use respectively, usually they're related to the former and latter of the pairs you're talking about. So, for example, apples and oranges are red and orange, respectively. I don't know if that's the best example, but it's the one I thought up of in the heat of the moment. Branded like cattle, by the way. But, well, we have a hospital pass, so it kind of makes up for it. Kind of. For the moment. We also have scissors, so our doom management is going to be low anyway. So yeah, like I said, this is a really good run. Kana scissors is very good for your doom. Kana indirectly, because you take less damage, and scissors directly, because you do less investigations. Unless the school's at a max threat level, but even then. Anywho, I think we one-tap this. Do we one-tap this? We nearly one-tap it. I can go for this. That would be great. We're only taking 2 stamina anyway, and never mind, I lied to myself. So, yeah, we can do it again. The handcuffs will be a nice option select, but didn't need it because we're really, really lucky. Considering that I did a big 80-80-80 into a double 60% play, this is quite a lucky run for me. For me. I need to reiterate, for me. I need to repeat that one more time, for me. Also, fast swimmer. When you level up and get fast swimmer, that's the thing I was forgetting about. Yeah, you're super fast now. There's not much more to say. I was gonna say something, and I was looking at timeline. So we're gonna clap 5 times and see what happens. We get a wooden bat. Probably not gonna be good for us. Army knife is by far the better option, even though our perception is at 4. No one cares because I get to do things like that. That being said, let's just take, not go too much out. Okay, yeah, I was definitely reaching for a lot there. I could have just done prep attack, prep strong to. That wasn't guaranteed 1 turn, but you get the point. Didn't need to take the risk there. Although, no, actually, if you're gonna 2-turn something, what I've mentioned before is you might as well go for the 1-shot. Unless you just miss every single attack, then that's really bad. But normally that doesn't happen, so really you have a 96% chance into whatever your odds are afterward to basically... Okay, so we can use this turn as an example. So, I can do prep attack, prep strong, and I get 14 damage, which means in 2 turns the bloated teacher takes 28 damage, which means I get out in 2 turns. But, if I do this instead, there's a chance I get out in 1 turn. It's not very high, but the chance of me missing all of these attacks and being in this encounter longer than I need to is relatively low. So, what, 30% of 30% of 20%. So... lower than like 4%, which is not really likely to happen. It can happen to me. It happens to me like 75% of the time, but I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels that way. Also, we're taking only 1 stamina damage, so the risk to reward is in my favor. Like, I don't lose much for trying to do that and utterly failing, which we didn't, but that's what I mean. So if you're out in 2 turns, you might as well go for a risk. You could dodge if you feel like dodging, if you want to gamble some more. I'm pretty sure that's usually not that is more RNG than what I just showed you. But again, to each their own. I need to equip the funny mask. Could have been bad if you ran into something. My stamina, by the way, but anywho, we're gonna clap 5 times and see if we can see if we can get more experience than need be. So what I was going to say, if I didn't already start saying it, I'll complete the thought now. So what I'm usually like when I'm about to head to sleep or when I'm waking up or in the middle of waking up, like REM or whatever. Well, wow, 5. This is a very, very lucky run. This is like a 2% or below RNG run. Like scissors into eels, into immediate fast swimmer, into being Aiko, into, well, yeah, we had to spend Doom here and there, but we get Ryoko right into getting 5 claps in a row. That's not likely. At all. This is not a normal run. Anywho, I would take a hot bath, but don't feel like it. And that being said, okay, still though, that being said, if I somehow fumble this run, this video will end. I promise you that much. I don't know what's going to happen, but you, the viewer, can look at the time of this video, and how long the video is, and determine whether or not I fumble this run. So, fearful's not going to help, but it's not the worst thing to run into. Yeah. Sure, why not? Threat of Fate, okay, that's not the best thing. If you get out of funds, though, we'll trade off Reason. Could be better for me, because I could end up... I replace out of funds with whatever forced event or encounter I run into. Still, I trade off Reason here, so... Shrug. I could also sell the wooden bat. At this point, probably so, but since I haven't run into an encounter, I'm going to do it. We actually want to keep Ryoko. Losing Ryoko on Harbinger is not very fun. But to continue the thought I was going on earlier, yeah. Basically, when I'm lying down on where I'm sleeping, I come up with ideas like, oh, I should talk about this during the video, and then I forget to because I don't note it down. I did that a lot more often, like 400% more back in the past, and that's not even saying much. Probably like once a week. I have a good idea and I write it down. Well, type it down because I'm usually in front of a computer or a laptop. But you get the point. I write down things that I know I should be remembering and I don't remember. If the last video wasn't already a reminder of how forgetful I am. So yeah, feel free to use that as a argumentative point against me. But you know, the bad part of that is bad. Like not being able to memorize things is bad. Like historical things, factual things that I've done, things that I've said. But that also, I think, if we look at the bright side of things, I think we can just go for it. Guaranteed out? Question mark? Do I want to go for that? No. So let's just take the guarantee. So this is a 2-turn no matter what. We also get bonus damage, but I didn't know that. Would we have gotten out in 1 turn? No, that's 7 damage. Yeah, we would have needed more. Anywho. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, no, yeah. So forgetting things does mean that I can look back, and especially if I watch myself in the past, I can go back and say, huh, that was a good idea, or oh, that was a bad idea. Basically, I can change my mind for the better, in my opinion, I think. This is 4 damage, right? Okay, it is. Good. And yeah, that can result in a healthier me. That way I'm not stubbornly sticking to my own point of view, which I think I do quite a lot. Also, 61% Doom here. Pretty good. Ikumi also, you know, okay, but we were already in a... I think we were already in a... No, we weren't. Did we? I'm going crazy. Anywho, let's chat, fail, and actually heal Reason there. But more importantly, yeah, as I said, we're going to trade off Reason here, especially since we're on our last mystery. We're going to lose more Reason at the end of Coma here, but that's perfectly fine. Because we should be able to rest at the lighthouse. If nothing else, we can level up. If nothing else, we can take this bath here and heal Reason. We don't have a light source, but we'll keep that in mind as we take a quick peek back at these. I forgot my second encounter check. No charisma. We do have a light check. Do we have the 6th floor? No. So we can walk up this lighthouse perfectly confident in our abilities. Yeah, I was kind of building that statement or that sentence in my mind as I was saying it. I sometimes do that. Just because I'm trying to fill in time in the video, I'll admit it. But at the same time, I don't think that's a bad skill to have. I think Takashi's on his first, by the way. Did I already use handcuffs? Why? Oh no, because I didn't. I option selected the handcuff use, and I didn't need to use it. Now that being said, that was quite unlucky, but we'll try again. And yeah, this time I was unlucky, but we already had very good luck this whole run. Like this is not a normal run. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And we will move on. So yeah, there's a lot to say. There's a lot I could say here and there, as we don't know. It was the other thing. Again, it doesn't matter. Doom-wise, we will survive no matter what. Aiko-wise, yeah, Aiko is Aiko's very powerful. Let's just say that much. If that wasn't already proof enough. So we'll do random item stats this time. Or sorry, random character perks. It's O2 World of Horror on a pretty normal god backstory combo, but all perks does kind of throw a lot of monkey wrenches, figuratively, into the mix. But we'll see what happens. So random item stats on World of Horror and Itho2, and we will. This will be the second run. So as we get into this Itho2 World of Horror run with Aiko, but all perks, again, pretty much a grab bag, but the fact that we're Aiko still helps out immensely. Knowledge, Charisma, second encounter, light, strength, and then second mystery. No Takushi-san, that's for sure. A light check, sure, but we'll see. And since we have both resting and prepare, we have a lot more safety nets, is what I want to say. I'm going to actually gamble again on these notes. And then we lost them, but we got Ghostly Spirit, never mind, so all is forgiven. If, you know, one fund is nice, but when you get Ghostly Spirit, that's a bigger safety net, like an immense safety net. Like if the first safety net of whatever I talked about before was like just a net, Ghostly Spear in World of Horror, especially on Harbinger, is like a safety net between two buildings, alright? Vigil, Flood, Bulletin, Arms, and Kana again. So let's, yeah, same exact thing. Same exact thing. Although we might be spending just as many funds because I forgot the other two mysteries I was talking about. So let's see. So we don't have the thing. We also have kick. You know, we could forego a thing. We could forego going with. Oh, my brain not working. We could forego not getting a weapon. Yeah, let's go for it because we're doing something else. Because for all we know, we could get core strength if we do. Jackpot. That literally jackpot. Fast swimmer adrenaline also helps out immensely as well. But with usually when you're using kicks, you're not gonna get 5 kicks on a turn. I don't know. Yeah, I think it'd be quite a thing to do to go for a lot of kicks in 5 kicks in a turn. Usually only Aiko gets to do that, and in some cases Haru with double speed buffs. But that's all I have to say. Optimally, in my opinion, you want to be able to brace into doing 2 kicks. With the damage increase, that's 6 damage while being able to brace. If you have more damage, then that's 8 damage or not guaranteed, but a good chance of doing 8 damage, and you don't have to worry about your accuracy against a lot of enemies, is what I'm trying to say. So as we lose a bunch of reason and grab Kana again, we can forget Thread of Fate. Never mind. I am in the middle of the. I swear, you used to be able to go into your status item and spell UI, all that stuff while the eels were coming out, but guess that's no longer doable. So yeah, I've also the whole time of this video. Well, starting from when I talked about when I forget about things, I've been trying to remember anything that I wanted to talk about. Some things I remember, but I don't want to really talk about them because I'm not the most certain about what I want to say. I was gonna say knowledgeable, but that's not true. So that wasn't true. Also, we do have Flood, but we're not using a weapon, so in a way, we could go Vigil first, or we could go Vigil next into Flood. The problem is that we take... Nah, yeah, we'll do Vigil first. Just so that we at least get a weapon in case we run into something we can use the weapon on. I'm pretty sure we do. I think even just the first enemy of the thingy-majiggy. I just think I interrupted myself because I realized... I don't think I ran into any enemies, right? No. I would have remembered kicking something. So this is our first enemy because we do have the second encounter check, so it'd be good to remember. That being said, we're gonna brace here, and we're gonna kick twice, and then we're gonna kick 4 times and see if we can get out in 2 turns for 1 stamina. Hitting both of those kicks helps out. That way I don't have to gamble on 4. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to rack my brain thinking about what... There was something I did want to talk about. It was probably related to game development, not my game development, but game design and game development in general, but... Also, nice luck check. By the way, I just realized I entered Vigil, or I started investigating Vigil. Oh my god. Well, better than nothing, but if nothing else, it frees up my inventory by equipping it, so... Shrug! I did do the Vigil, right? Am I going crazy here? I don't think I did I? Well, we're gonna find out. I'll take the upside, which is the... Did I really autopilot the Vigil? Now I'm not sure anymore. Well, we're gonna find out. I think I would have run into a guest already, I believe, so... You know what? All's fair in autopiloting and my brain being used. So, yeah, this is absolutely terrible. I could go for maybe 8 damage, or maybe 16 damage, which sounds a lot better to me. Now, we hit every single kick here, which means we only need to go for 3 for 4. And yeah, we're quite lucky. I was about to say, I nearly missed there, but thankfully, we hit 3 out of 4 kicks. Just as I was talking, comedic timing could not be better, in my opinion. I think that is important as we get to like comedic timing and variety. There's a phrase such as being blessed by the variety gods, but otherwise, having just being blessed by timing in general, I think that is, if I believe, by my own logic, if I believe in luck being a real life thing, therefore, I think you can understand why I believe in how, oh my goodness, 5 damage. I think that's because of the meat cleaver adding damage to my kicks for whatever reason, but... Which I think is a bug, right? I think someone, we mentioned it. It's been mentioned on this channel. I don't know if no, not me, but I think someone else has mentioned it. But anywho, yeah, comedic timing, for example, like when you're talking about, yeah, I'm really lucky, and then right after, like not less than 2 seconds after saying that, bad luck hits you in the face. Also, going for more researches would be nice, but I'm dying here. So, Yeah, we're gonna find out. I think these are better odds, right? Because I need to hit 3 kicks anyway. Never mind. But, you know, I think the odds are still better here. Never mind. Never mind. I didn't calculate in my head. Timing like that. So I'm like, oh yeah, maybe the odds are better. Proceeds to fail. But anywho. I could actually visit another location, but just to top my stamina off too, I'm just gonna rest here and move on with life. If need be, I will throw the meat cleaver at the boss. Maybe if that makes a difference, we'll see. And yeah, like I said, if again, it's longer than trying to explain comedian or just timing in general for the sake of, you know, entertainment, if nothing else, would be an entire video in of itself. Also, I'm trying to focus and not die, but that's my own problem, as, you know, 40%? Nope. Nope. I don't need to do that. We can just do this. I should trade off stamina, but don't need to do that either. And I can also equip this Caracasa mask. And yeah, that's the most I can say about it. I can try to explain if I get the time to say so. Forgot my second encounter, by the way. I think it was something in Vigil. Maybe the Pillar Vampire? Well, I'm gonna find out later. But yeah, if I get the time, I'll talk about timing, because I think that's something that a content creator or streamer would like to have. You know, not more often than not, but having a good handful of it, which I don't know if I have, but I feel like I have some of that at times. Now that being said, that also you do have to be able to capitalize on timing as well. Oof. Hold on, let me just do this. Can I do this? No, I can't. Funny enough, throwing the meat cleaver would allow me to sever more often for more damage, so we're gonna do that. It's a very odd sequence of events, but hey, it works out. And I think next turn I can just do this. Yeah, for 8 sever damage. So yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic. Ultimately jank. I think objectively I believe it's jank, but yeah. I'm gonna visit this vending machine, see how much cigarettes cost, and we'll take the out of funds for stamina. But yeah, so to continue the thought, you do have to be able to capitalize on timing. Not always, but it certainly helps, I think, in my opinion. But if you don't have that, I mean, just people skill. There's a whole bunch of other things. You can't always just rely on timing, I feel. But hey, aha, I have no funds. But as we move on to another topic, and then I lost the topic in my head, so never mind. Gosh dang it. Oh, my brain. You know, oof. Hold on, let me just do this. Do I want to say what I was going to say? Yeah, I don't think that's really a thing to say. Also, I could have braced there, but we hit every single kick, so it worked out, I think. Question mark. Either way, if we're on timeline B, we're losing stamina anyway, but we're not, so we're just gonna go on to the next mystery. I accidentally moved the World of Horror window. That's gonna result in maybe some funny shenanigans in OBS, but we're gonna see what happens. So let's heal Reason. And into Bulletin, our last mystery. 45% Doom. Again, being able to take less damage means you don't need to worry about resting or spending Doom to essentially heal your HP in some way, shape, or form less, which means you have more Doom to work with, which you don't really need it, but it's a good, I gambled on that event anyway. I wanted to take stamina damage. I didn't remember which one it was, but yeah, Doom, taking less damage, being Aiko in general is relatively an easier experience. Because usually encounters are very harmful in World of Horror, especially on Harbinger difficulty. Mainly on Harbinger difficulty, but yeah. We'll just keep taking strength, why not? We're on ill-fated. If we were on ill-fated, I would have healed stamina here. We probably need reason a lot less. You know what? We'll gamble on that because we have strength. Thank goodness I increased my strength even more so, but if we had 8 strength, I think we would have passed that anyway. 7+1 modifier. When your stats are equal, you still pass the event, right? I don't know why I'm going... Also, did I not visit the thing? We can just say no here then. I'm pretty sure we can just say no here. Because we're at the end of the run, we can enter the lighthouse and just rest at the lighthouse so we don't die, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we lose 3 reason, Doom increases by 5, but we get 3 funds. Not that we needed it, but hey, we could have also fought the phone, we had cigarettes, but Really, 62% Doom. The fact that I don't remember my second encounter is a personal shame for me, but we didn't really need it anyway because that. We don't even have Toxicon, so there's no reason for me to be holding on to these cigarettes. So autopiloting 101, and by that I mean 099 because I was really inefficient this run. But when you're very efficient, World 4 can be, especially most of the time, a walk in the park. But I think I'm gonna say Field Pillar Vampire. It was okay, good. It was semi, I guess, I'll admit, but still though, suddenly Aiko, suddenly an easier time. That's all you need to hear. So without further ado, if you have any suggestions on what kind of runs you want to see me do in World of Horror, feel free to shout them out. Otherwise, I won't take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!